Questions for reflection. Our first reading foretells the coming of Jesus Christ. He is the shoot from the stump of Jesse, and the branch that will grow from his roots is the church. The church is the body of Jesus Christ, and all who are baptized into him now live in him and he in them. Notice the enumeration of the gifts of the Holy Spirit in the second verse is in the sacrament of confirmation. They're taken from this passage. Note also the beautiful vision of people and creatures, natural enemies, lying down with one another in a state of perfect peace and harmony. This is a profound change, and one that can only come about by total conversion and communion with the Lord. To be a Christian, to be united with Christ, is a transformative thing. It changes who we are. To be a Christian is to see everything with wisdom. That is the way God sees things. We don't see enemies as foes, but as souls in need of love and salvation. We don't see death as something to fear and lament, but as something to welcome, for we shall awake to the sight of God. We don't see prayer or service as a heavy burden, but as a light and joyful occupation. In our responsorial psalm, we hear a prayer for guidance and support for the king, Solomon. The psalmist asks the Lord for the gift of right judgment to be given to him. This right judgment is a gift of the Spirit of God. This beautiful psalm should become our own prayer for all who have leadership in the church. And it should be a petition we ask for the Lord, for ourselves. Remember, the Psalms have formed the core of the prayer of God's people, the people of the covenant with Israel, the Jewish people, and the people of the new covenant, the church, because the Lord wanted them to. They are chanted and recited daily all over the world. And the more we read them and hear them and reflect upon them in the Holy Spirit, the more we will enter into the deeper truths that they reveal. Our gospel reading comes from the Gospel of St. Luke, and it recounts one of the happiest moments in Jesus' ministry. The 70 disciples have just returned from their mission, and they are reporting all the wonderful things that have happened. Jesus had promised that they would be able to cast out evil, as they witnessed him do. They saw people delivered from evil and saved by the power of the gospel message. They were understandably excited. But, as is often the case with these short passages of the gospel text used for Mass, setting them in their context can help us understand them more deeply and get the point. In the verses just preceding these, we read, and I quote, "The 70 returned with joy, saying, 'Lord, even the demons are subject to us in your name.' And he said to them, 'I saw Satan fall like lightning from heaven. Behold, I've given you authority to tread upon serpents and scorpions, and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall hurt you. Nevertheless, do not rejoice in this, that the spirits are subject to you, but rejoice that your names are written in heaven.'" Then we see Jesus rejoicing. He's grateful to the Father for revealing these truths to the disciples. They finally get it. This is the joy Jesus feels each time someone gets it and comes to him. This is the joy of the shepherd who finds the lost sheep, the person who finds a missing coin, or the father for his prodigal son who has returned. Blessed are we who see. But the greatest cause for the joy of Jesus should be our greatest joy as well, that our names are written in heaven. Now we are sent out, like the 70, to bring the whole world to Jesus.